Welcome to the AERO People podcast. At AERO People, we meet and talk to interesting people out of the aviation industry. And today we have with us Alcinda Pereira.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Alcinda is not just the managing director of Bestfly, one of the most successful aviation groups in Africa. Alcinda is also the chairwoman of AfBAA, the African Business Aviation Association. Alcinda, please be so kind and tell us about AfBAA, because I think it's not very widely known, because COVID had certainly an impact on the association, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit as everything around the world. But first of all, thank you so much, Stefan, for the invitation. Actually, AfBAA is an organization that was born in 2012. Bestfly is one of the founding members of AfBAA. Our first team that worked with AfBAA was a very entrepreneurial team, and the idea came from a very good friend, which is Mr. Tarek. He's the one that create the idea and create the concept and organize a very restricted group of companies and entrepreneurs that were willing at the time to help Africa and develop some different standards and rise the standards that we've been working in Africa. So Mr. Tarek was the one that invited us at the time, myself and Nuno. And Nuno was as well with Tarek. He was the vice chairperson at the time. And the idea of doing something different in Africa to get everyone together in the same idea of developing business in Africa with a good practice and good standards. That was the driven and the thing that put us join AfBAA at the beginning. And we were very excited, and actually that exposed a lot a small company at the time as Bestfly, and we were hoping that the other companies that were small at the time were willing to come because of that as well, because can help us to develop a lot of things inside the company. But as you said, I'm the first chairperson as a woman in this position. I'm very proud of that, and it is what it is. And now is a fact. I'm very happy with that, and I'm very happy to contribute. And that is something that I want to do, and I'm consider myself a very active person. So I'm very excited what we planning to bring to AfBAA for the next years.
Would you get us a sneak preview what we could expect?
I'm trying to get a very good team to work with. I have as a chairperson a very active person as well, which is Gavin Keegan from ExecuJet in South Africa. We know each other for quite long. So among Gavin, we have another person that work 24/7 for AfBAA. But I'm willing to bring new people that knew AfBAA since were born, that knows the sense of AfBAA, and to try to motivate as well small companies among Africa and among the world, because it's not only for African business, it's as well for other companies that are based in Europe, that are based in the States, that are based in Asia, in Middle East, to bring business to Africa. That's the main idea, to have people join us as a team and work together with different ideas, different concepts, and bring that together to put the machine that we need to have in Africa move on.
Yeah, like people used to say is your network is your net worth. So I guess
exactly.
when you compare Africa or doing business in Africa with, let's say, Europe, where are the big differences? Is AfBAA as an organization more vital to be in place because it's so just the countries are so different that the operators need to speak with one voice instead of, let's say, Europe, where you have one majority regulating body, which is YASA.
Yes.
You think AfBAA has a more contributing factor to that than
That
other
was the
organizations?
idea, Stefan. That was the idea since day one, to have AfBAA as a voice to the different 53 or 54 countries that we have. The idea was that, and we are willing to go again back to where we start, to interact with the civil aviations, interact with the companies. Doesn't matter the size of the companies, to have one voice, which will be AfBAA, to try to pass to IATA, to ICAO, to the other organizations that we have around the world. So that is very important, very important. And you, as you know, and you know very well as well, because you do business in Africa, doing business in Africa is completely different than doing business in Europe, or doing business in the States, or doing business in the Middle East or Asia, or even Latin America. It's completely different. The concept that we have in Africa, we need to be more mature in a lot of procedures, in a lot of ways of doing business, in a lot of ways of the banks are structured to work with the companies, to work with the entrepreneurs, the private entrepreneurs. And don't forget that our democracy is a different democracy that we have from the rest of the world. So we deal a lot with the governments, we did a lot with the government entities. So that is a completely different world. And people that will come to Africa to do business need to understand that. In Africa, we don't take everything for granted. We need to work a lot to accomplish what we are willing to do. So it's very important that people that is going to do business in Africa, and AfBAA wants to be the link between people that wants to do business in Africa and the companies in Africa and the companies outside of Africa. AfBAA, the idea is AfBAA having that process and procedures implemented, that everyone can come and be comfortable, be a win-win situation, if I may say that. That's what we want, to help the Africans to establish well-known and how can I say that, governed, has the best practice as a company in Africa. But if you are open-minded and you understand Africa, I think, although it's different, that the future is there. Everyone knows that the future is that we have all the resources, we have all the capability. Of course, we need to have more capability. We need to help Africa to have those manpowers that we need, with a strong background and strong leadership to do business. And that is something that AfBAA is willing to do as well. One of the things that I have in my agenda, and I'm quite happy with that, is we start to engage with Ambarido in the States. And one of the things that we want to do in the next month is try to engage as well with the big corporations that can help us and offer a scholarship to a few students and a few promises for the future in aviation, to have them going to the States with a scholarship and to study, even if to be a pilot or managing in aviation, something that we can contribute for the future in Africa. That's one of the goals that I have from my heart. That is something that it's like a main goal for me, because I think we need to think in the future. We need to prepare our young people. So this is one of the things that I really think that I can contribute. And that is my plan for the next month, to implement that and try to choose from different countries a few young people to have this scholarship and to help them.
How's it called, a grassroots organization or something like that? Because I totally agree. Education is the beginning of everything.
Yes.
When you don't have educated people within your country, you always rely on someone else.
Yeah, to come and
Exactly, you could not even justify or you cannot judge whatever is put in front of you.
Yes.
And so if you don't want that someone else is taking advantage, I think this is a very noble and very important goal, to have people educated.
Yes, we need to prepare our future as well.
Very, 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 very much your opinion. For those who don't know, Embry-Riddle is a college, I think.
It's a university.
A university in the US. It's considered the Oxford of aviation.
Yes.
So whoever has an MBA or a bachelor's from Embry-Riddle is pretty much safe in having a job guarantee. So it's certainly a good choice and a good place to send people to, and the scholarship would be brilliant, because I guess it's to get there. It's not cheap, but the quality you get out, and it starts with a seed. When you want to plant a tree, you need a seed, and this could be the seed for a whole country or
and continent.
a continent. To
so
grow.
imagine a young people that has no capability or someone that can help them just to have access to education, a simple education. Imagine someone that can be chose among a lot of people to go to the States and do this training, and has the bachelor, has the degree or something. That is very important for young people in Africa. That is something that among all the things that I want to do in AfBAA, that is one of my best goals. I'm very, very excited with that.
It's a very good investment for the future.
Yes.
If someone would like to join AfBAA,
Yes.
how would they be able to do that?
Yeah. We have a simple process, but with several levels of membership, or you can say it. But one of the things that we want to do is simplify more and bring value from abroad Africa to AfBAA. For instance, if you are a simple fan of aviation and you really has a passion and would like to be in this kind of organization as individual, now from this year you will be able to join us. Because we used to have only corporations and small companies and all of that. We want to attract everyone. We want people to bring value, to bring experience, to bring new ideas, because we are in the world of podcasts and things like that, so the internet. So we want young people to come and feel attracted to this organization. Although the experience is very important, I value that as well, because you need to really understand aviation to be in this kind of world. Is not because only you have a passion and then you think you can contribute only with that. You need to have a really very strong knowledge of aviation to take proper decisions and to make the best decisions. So we want to aggregate that with all experience that can bring to AfBAA. But it's not only that. People can think that can do business in Africa needs to support as well from AfBAA to make them understand better the continent. As we said previously, different cultures, different mindsets, 54 different countries. So we really and truly think that having several peoples from different countries in Africa, in the continent, we can help people that is willing to join us to understand the different cultures. We don't want to think that we can go to a different country and try to implement things that this culture is not open to do that. Those are baby steps that we need to work with the organizations, the internal institutions, and the entrepreneurs and the companies inside each country to understand the country and try to implement something. We cannot go and interfere on something that people is not prepared to. We need to have the capability to understand the culture, understand the people, and then bring value to them.
So if someone is interested, or if an AfBAA member says, for example, who's experienced in South Africa and says, I'm interested to do business in because there's still a lot in, let's say, Nigeria. Can you help me? How? Who can I talk to? What's the key persons? What's the key organizations on site? They could approach AfBAA
AfBAA.
or...
And AfBAA can give you a guidance. For instance, we have several members that are from Nigeria. We can put you in contact with them just for them to give them their experience and how you're going to deal with the local people. The local content is very important, and the African continent still value a lot that side. So because in Europe everything is more open, you have a European continent and everyone think pretty much in the same page. That is why
Not
you
sure if
have
the Germans
European
and the
Union.
French would sign that, or the
Yeah,
English.
but everyone has a common ground.
Yeah.
So in Africa, you still need to have this kind of approach, and I think people should be sensitive to that.
Yeah, I totally agree. Otherwise, you're just not
And we have
successful.
several members from different countries, and we can always have a member that can help you how you should proceed in this country, how you can do business in South Africa, how you can do business in Angola, how you can do business in Kenya. That is very important. How can you do business in Morocco, which is a different culture, different approach. We always have someone from different countries in AfBAA that can help new members and new entrepreneurs that would like to do business in Africa.
Okay, great. I guess there is also a homepage where...
Yes, we do. Sam is the person responsible of that, and she did a great job in the past few months. And we just were in the air like three weeks ago, and with a new page and new Facebook, new Instagram, and we are working on that. We are small baby with the baby steps now in that side, but that is a very important platform. Those are very important platforms, and we need to be active on that as well.
I hear a lot of great plans with the organization.
Yeah.
Good to see that. Good to see that.
Thank you.
I mean, we are both in the aviation business. We recently made a study, and we basically see it on every conference. Aviation is very much a male-dominant business, I guess, or not. I guess it is. Huh?
Yes, it is.
How is it for a woman to reach that levels that you have reached now? You think it's
that is a very tough question because most of the time I don't think about it, to be very true, and that is something that I'm not a feminist. I'm not, definitely not. Of course, it was not easy for me to be in aviation as a woman, and mostly as an African. But now I have my space, and I gain my space, and I'm very respect among the other men's in the industry.
I would say so, yes.
Yeah, and it's not easy for women to achieve something like that, but I think it's not impossible. And because I don't think about that every day, every single minute, for me, although it was not easy, that was something, how can I say that, natural. In the end, was something natural. Because I have a different mindset. Although I'm proudly African, but I think I'm very open to the world. And whenever I establish a goal for me, I pursue that, and I only be happy after I have complete my project, and I have complete my goals, and I'm very, very, how can I say that, I'm a very straight person with the things that I want, and my objectives and all of that. And I always had the support of my husband Nuno, as you know, and we work very well as a team, that most of the time I don't think about it. But I know, of course, the importance of having a woman for the first time in this role and this position, and I'm very proud of it. And I know that is I know and I realize the importance of that, and that is why the responsibility of this place, for me, it's something that I cannot forget. And let me rephrase something, and then let me put you in this way. My baby was Bestfly, and after 14 years of company, being the executive director of Bestfly, this role at this stage for me came in the right time in my life, because I'm more comfortable with everything. So I already have my company very, very well established, and it's a very reputable company in the aviation, and that I can step away a little bit and focus more in AfBAA, and try to do a legacy, as we are trying to do with Bestfly. I don't want to be in this position just to be in this position, and just because I'm a woman, I was supposed to support only women's organization, or women's movements or ideas or philosophy. I'm here to leave a legacy for the future, for the young people. And of course, it's very important, because I will be the role for young ladies that are in aviation now. But I want to be the role for everyone, not only for women's. I want to be the role for men's as well, for young people. I think that's the most important thing, not to have focus like she's a woman, she's a black woman, as an African in this position. I want to be a role model for everyone, for young ladies, for young guys that will come to aviation and see someone that trying to do something different in Africa, and to implement something and leave a legacy for them. That's what I want.
And I'm 100% sure you have been elected because you are recognized as the powerful and forceful person that you are, regardless of gender. So
Exactly. Thank you so
really
much.
believe that.
Thank you
And
for saying that.
I'm looking very much forward to the plans you have with AfBAA.
Okay.
I think it will bring the organization forward.
Thank you.
I hope that as much companies or individuals, as you said, as possible, join AfBAA. There are regular meetings or conferences and exhibitions. I guess
Yes.
best is just look it up on the homepage,
Yes.
or
Next one will
subscribe.
be in November in Cape Town.
Yeah, there you go. So probably we'll see each other in Cape Town in November. We certainly will be there.
Thank you.
And it's certainly also a very good idea to open the membership for individuals. I think NDA does that also, and as such, it's also hard for employers, as you know, to find the right people. So to have raving fans of aviation that become members and get close to the companies that employ closes a circle. So I think that is a very, very wise idea. Alcinda, I thank you very much for being with us today. You gave us a lot of insight about
AfBAA.
AfBAA, your organization. And yeah, on that note, we see each other in Cape Town.
Thank you.
I wish you a safe trip home.
Thank you.
Up to the next.
Thank you, Stefan, and I'm very, very happy that you invite me to be here and the opportunity to talk about a little bit of AfBAA. And the objective is to put AfBAA in the world like we have NBAA, we have eBase, we have MIBA, LABAS, all of them. I want people to talk about AfBAA. That is most
Then
important.
let's work on this.
Yes.
Obrigado, Alcinda.
Oh, de nada.